Today we are visiting the headquarters of BYD in Shenzhen, the second largest car manufacturer in the world. BYD started operations in 1995 as a battery manufacturer. Some of their first large customers for the batteries were Motorola and Nokia. Such partners gave the company a huge boost. But that was not the only product that they worked on. Over the years, they have built a sizable product line that includes, among many others, NVIDIA motherboards, many popular mobile phones, and even vaping equipment. It was only until 2003 that BYD started making cars, with the goal of combining car manufacturing and battery making to produce electric vehicles.
BYD is not just trying to sell cars. We are trying to help the world, give that step forward from traditional internal combustion engines to having pure electric transportation. So not only electric cars, but also like buses, trucks, and it's not just making the battery and then selling that. It's also as you can see, all the electronics that are required to electrify transportation. Well, we basically have the whole ecosystem. So we have from raw materials to CNC to molding to electronics with all the wafers. We try to offer the whole thing. It's we are actually trying to make it happen, and we are doing it.
This led to Warren Buffett, the huge American investor who openly admires the company's CEO, Mr. Wang, to put some of those investments into BYD. Innovation is part of BYD's DNA. Through their development, they have been forced to start designing and engineering and making parts for their cars when competitors decided not to sell to them. They now make suspensions, gearboxes, motors, braking systems, and so many other parts for their cars. To this date, they employ 400,000 people, have a presence in 400 cities in 70 countries, and have applied for over 37,000 patents, of which more than 25,000 have been granted.
Well, we have around 40,000 R&D engineers, which is more or less 10% of our entire workforce. And I would say all of it
Really?
is a Chinese team. Because yes, we have other factories like in Hungary or Japan or the US, but the main R&D is all done in here.
BYD truly is a powerhouse of innovation. I had the opportunity to drive the top-of-the-line BYD Han model inside their factory. My preconception of BYD cars was quickly dissipated. This was a beautifully designed and cleverly engineered car with fun and function as the main features. The interior quality was superb, and the user interface pretty useful and intuitive. But on to the most impressive part of this visit, BYD's battery technology. Batteries made by BYD are based on LFP, or lithium iron phosphate. We saw a demonstration of what is called a thermal runaway, which is when chemicals escape from the battery casing in the event of an accident and they come in contact with each other. This is what causes explosions and fires in regular NCM batteries, but not in LFP batteries. Another consequence of these situations is the sudden loss of voltage in the battery. This means that when a driver of an EV with NCM batteries experiences an accident and there is thermal runaway situation, electric features like electric locks or electric windows will stop operating, effectively trapping the passengers inside. I must admit that this was perhaps the most wow moment for me during our visit to BYD. Now, let's take a look at that needle penetration demonstration one more time. Alright guys, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching this video, and as always, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and if you like the content on my channel, then consider subscribing. If you want to support the work that we do, make sure to hit the link in the description down below, or use the QR code here on the screen. And until we see you again, take it easy, and are we there yet?